What happens when a toxic boss pushes the wrong employee too far? Today's story is about calculated revenge that took months to execute and left an entire company transformed. This is the story of how one IT specialist brought down a corrupt director, using nothing but patience and a paper trail. Welcome back to Dark Revenge Chronicles. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because today's revenge story is absolutely nuclear. Our story comes from Reddit user who we'll call Alex, an IT specialist working at a mid-sized financial firm. Alex had been with the company for 5 years, consistently earning top performance reviews and managing critical systems that kept the business running. Everything changed when a new IT director was hired. We'll call him Richard, and trust me, the name fits. Richard came in with big promises to modernize and streamline the department. But what he really brought was a toxic management style that would make your worst boss look like a saint. Within his first month, Richard cut the IT budget by 40% while demanding increased productivity. He eliminated work-from-home privileges that employees had earned. He started taking credit for his team's work in executive meetings. And here's the kicker. He began hiring his unqualified friends into senior positions. But Richard made one fatal mistake. He underestimated Alex. The breaking point came 6 months into Richard's reign of terror. Alex had spent 3 weeks developing a security protocol that would save the company millions in potential breach costs. The presentation to the board was scheduled and Alex was ready. The night before the presentation, Richard called Alex into his office. "I'll be presenting your work tomorrow," Richard said, "and I've decided to list myself as the lead developer. You understand. Executives need to see leadership driving innovation." But that wasn't even the worst part. Richard then said, "Oh, and I'm putting you on a performance improvement plan. Your attitude lately hasn't been very team-oriented." Translation: Richard was setting up Alex to be fired while stealing their work. Alex smiled, nodded, and said, "I understand completely." Richard had no idea he'd just started a war he couldn't win. That night, Alex went home and began crafting a revenge plan that would take months to execute. You see, Alex knew something Richard didn't. In IT, everything leaves a trail. Phase 1. Documentation. Alex began meticulously documenting everything. Every email where Richard claimed credit for others' work. Every budget cut that violated company security policies. Every unqualified hire with their lack of certifications. And most importantly, Richard's own computer activity. Phase 2. The honeypot. Alex created what's called a honeypot, a fake vulnerability in the system that looked like an opportunity for insider trading. It was completely legal and approved by Alex's previous director as a security test. But Richard didn't know that. Within 2 weeks, Richard took the bait. He accessed the honeypot after hours, downloading what he thought was advanced financial data. Every keystroke was logged. Every access was recorded. Phase 3, the alliance. Alex wasn't alone. Richard had made enemies across the entire department. One by one, Alex recruited allies. Sarah from cybersecurity, who Richard had demoted. Marcus from development, whose project Richard had canceled. Jennifer from help desk, who'd filed 3 ignored HR complaints. They formed what they called the documentation committee. 3 months into the plan, Alex had a folder with 247 pages of evidence. But they needed the perfect moment to strike. That moment came during the annual board review. Richard stood before the board presenting his new security infrastructure. Alex's work, of course. The presentation was going perfectly until the CFO's laptop suddenly displayed a security alert. Then the CEO's. Then every board member's device showed the same message. Unauthorized access detected. Insider trading attempt logged. Richard went pale. This must be a mistake. That's when Alex stood up. Actually, it's not a mistake. It's a demonstration of our new security system catching an internal threat. Alex pulled up the logs on the main screen. There it was. Richard's user ID accessing the honeypot system 37 times over the past 2 months. But Alex wasn't done. While investigating this breach, we discovered some additional concerns. The next slide showed Richard's hiring records, 3 senior specialists who didn't even have basic IT certifications. The slide after that, emails where Richard explicitly violated company security protocols to cut costs. And the final slide, Testimonies from 12 IT department employees about hostile work environment and stolen credit. The board went silent. The CEO's face turned red. Richard tried to speak, but no words came out. Then, the CEO said 3 beautiful words. "Richard, you're fired." But the revenge didn't stop there. The investigation that followed revealed Richard had been embezzling funds through his fake hires. He wasn't just fired, he was prosecuted. His IT career? Over. His LinkedIn now shows him working at his brother-in-law's car dealership. As for Alex, they were promoted to IT director with a 70% salary increase. The first thing they did? Reinstated work-from-home privileges and gave credit to every team member Richard had wronged. The IT department's productivity increased by 300% in the following quarter. Turnover dropped to 0, and that security protocol Alex developed? It really did save the company millions. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud or immediate. Sometimes it's quiet, patient, and devastatingly thorough. Richard thought he was playing checkers while Alex was playing 4D chess. The moral of the story? Never underestimate the quiet ones, especially when they control your digital footprint. What did you think of this revenge story? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have your own revenge story, drop it in the comments. It might be featured in our next episode. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories from the Dark Revenge Chronicles. Hit the bell so you never miss when karma comes calling. Until next time, remember, revenge is a dish best served with documentation.